Alright guys, so I'm gonna try and give this a shot. I said I would do it in my last video, so we're gonna try it out here. Uh Originally I said I was gonna do a review of Civil War, but I decided now, since Suicide Squad just came out, I'm gonna do a review of Suicide Squad. First of all, I want to say that I thought it was a good movie. I'm not a big DC Comics fan. I haven't seen Man of Steel. I've only seen like clips of Batman v Superman, and that's just stuff I've watched online. I haven't actually watched parts of the movie from the movie. I And with Suicide Squad, I actually gave it a 8 out of 10, which is a better rating than I'd given Civil War. And I don't know. I felt I'm gonna try and like avoid too many spoilers, but obviously there will be spoilers, so you are warned. I thought that the actors in Suicide Squad worked very well together. I thought it was a good team film rather than like being too forced. I felt Civil War at times just felt too forced. The CGI in Suicide Squad was pretty good. There wasn't like anything where I noticeably was like, oh god, that just looks terrible. Um, Let me read you my review that I wrote for Suicide Squad on my Facebook page. Okay, so here it goes. I said Suicide Squad review, rating 8 out of 10. I went into this movie with high expectations and I wasn't disappointed. The cast was very good and worked well together. Margot Robbie was outstanding and even outshined Will Smith. Captain Boomerang was probably my favorite character in the movie. Joker is not in it for very long, so it's hard to judge him. I like what I saw, but it wasn't very much. Deadshot was cool, and I hope we see more of him, worth seeing for sure. El Diablo is actually a better character than I expected. The rest of the Suicide Squad members were pretty good, but you didn't get to know them. They didn't fully develop. This is me correcting myself, not actually reading anymore. Also, Rick Flag was cool. And then I added a fake spoiler just to upset my friends on Facebook, saying I can't believe Flash died already. Obviously, it kind of wasn't a fake spoiler because, spoiler alert, Flash is in the movie. My review could have gone better. I added things in afterwards. So like I said, Margot Robbie was outstanding and she outshined Will Smith. Will Smith, again, while he is a great actor, he really just played himself as he does in every role. Margot Robbie, I thought she captured the essence of Harley Quinn that I know of. She was really similar to the version from like the animated series, which is where Harley Quinn started. Captain Boomerang was cool. I don't know. I have a thing for like there are some characters in movies where it's like you're too obnoxious, you irritate me, and you're the worst character ever. Boomerang was obnoxious, but like a good obnoxious, I guess. I thought Jai Courtney, I think that's how you say it, played the role really well. While I was a little annoyed with Will Smith because he was just Will Smith, he did a very good job in the movie, and I actually do kind of want to see him in further movies, like a Batman solo film against Deadshot would be cool. Now the big glaring spot. Oh well, actually, first, El Diablo was cool. I didn't know his character almost at all. I mean, going into the movie, the only characters I knew were not El Diablo, Killer Croc, Deadshot, Harley Quinn, and Joker, and then one. That's it, because I think the other members were like Boomerang, who I knew the name, but I didn't know anything about him. Boomerang, Katana, no idea who that is. I still don't. She's barely explained. Slipknot, you don't get to know him. Spoiler alert, he dies. He gets his head blown off. It's so lame. You don't even get like an actual proper introduction to him. And Rick Flag, I didn't know. Amanda Waller, the actress who played her, was really good in the role, but she is a bitch, dude. She sucks. She's just the worst person ever. Alright, so now the Joker. Obviously, Jared Leto is going to be compared to Heath Ledger. Obviously, Heath Ledger is, in most people's mind, the definitive Joker. In my personal opinion, Heath Ledger is overrated as the Joker. He gets so much praise, and this is kind of harsh, but I think most of the praise he gets has to do with his passing. He did play the role well, don't get me wrong. He played a great villain, but his Joker was okay. He wasn't the Joker that I know and that most people should know. My thing with Heath Ledger as the Joker is like comic book reading fans who go to see comic book movies. Sorry, my voice cracked. Comic book movies. Whenever it's a little off, a little tweaked, like Civil War. Civil War got as much praise as it did. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's not identical to the comics. They need to wait. They need to add more characters. Blah blah blah." Comic book fans that go and see comic book movies bitch about comic accuracy. Heath Ledger, that entire Nolan verse was not comic accurate at all, and yet it gets so much praise. Heath Ledger specifically. Jared Leto played a much more comic accurate Joker. He was much more, you saw like the sick, sadistic, twisted side to him, but you also got like the lame jokes and everything, and he laughed a lot. When did you ever hear Heath Ledger laughing? I barely remember it. All I remember is I got these scars my dad gave them. Like that's Heath Ledger. That's summed up. You want to know how I got these scars? And then everybody's like, "Oh God, he was great, wonderful." He was good. He was okay. Okay, he was a good villain. He wasn't a great Joker. That's just how I look at it. And I thought Jared Leto captured the essence of the Joker in the little time that you see him. He's not in the movie for very long. They did twist the way Joker and Harley Quinn are. They made them more of a couple, whereas in the comics and in the animated show, Joker just more views Harley as his number one henchman, or henchwoman in this case. My voice cracked again. 19 years old, almost 20, still going through puberty. But in the movie, they did it more of, you can see Joker and Harley are actually in love with each other. There are times, though, where you get to see that more, she's not that important to me, when he just manipulates her mind because he wants to use her for things, to get her a gun. He pushes her into the vat that turns him into the Joker, and then he starts to walk away, and he stops, and he's like, "Oh, no, I have to save her," and jumps in. So, it's all in all, Jared Leto is probably the most comic accurate Joker we have. I mean, sure, he has like the tattoos and people hate that. I think it makes sense. He's been in prison. He gets, what do people get in or do in prison? They get tatted up. His gold teeth are from Batman punching his face in. He had to replace them. And people hate the fact that he's like a gang member or a gang leader or whatever. But in the who was it? Jack Nicholson. His Joker was like a mobster. So this is just a modern take on that. Even Heath Ledger, his Joker had like those guys who followed him around in their little clown masks. So I mean, it's not unheard of. It's just they twisted it a little bit more and made it seem more obvious that he is like a gang leader. And people don't like that and don't understand it. I think people just don't want to accept that somebody is here who's replacing Heath Ledger, and in my opinion, while I didn't see much of him, is going to do a better job. He did good in the movie, I've said, but there wasn't enough to be like, oh, he's better than Heath Ledger. But with his own film, you'll be able to actually grasp that, and I do think, all in all, he will end up being better than Heath Ledger. So I think that's it. I don't really have much else. I wanted to kind of rant about the Joker comparisons, and then I wanted to give a review. I think I did that. I mean, let me know in the comments what you think. Did I do bad? Did I do good? Is there stuff I can improve on? Do you want to see more of this? Let me know. Be sure to check out my other channel, which I will have a link in the description to. If you like Good Mythical Morning and you Well, yeah, if you like Good Mythical Morning, I'm sure you like our channel. That's basically what the Brandon and Isaac show is without a catchy tagline. Um, we do some acting and stuff too, though, so it's not exactly like a direct knockoff of Good Mythical Morning, but that's kind of where the inspiration for it came. Um, Thanks for watching. If you stuck with me to the end, I know I kind of babbled on and I fumbled over my words a little bit, but all in all, I think I did pretty good. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your parents subscribe, and I'll catch you later.